Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's video could mark a divine shift in your life. Why? Because you were not born by accident. You were born with a purpose. If you're watching this right now, know this. You are a God-gifted individual. There is a divine assignment on your life, and today we're diving deep into it through the timeless wisdom of Dr. Myles Munroe. This isn't just another video. It's a life-changing journey, one that can realign your vision, your calling, and your identity. Why you were born with a purpose. This is not just a question. It's a revelation that could transform the way you see yourself and your future. So if you're ready for a divine shift, make sure to like, subscribe, and help us reach our next big milestone, 10,000 subscribers. Every like, every comment, every share helps spread purpose, hope, and clarity to someone else. Let's begin, because you are here by destiny, not by accident. Ladies and gentlemen, you were not an accident. You were not a mistake. You were born with divine intent. Before your mother knew your name, heaven had already stamped your life with purpose. Everything in creation begins with a reason. The sun was made to shine. The bird was designed to fly. The fish was created to swim. And you were born to fulfill something specific. God never creates anything without purpose. That includes you. Purpose is the original intent in the mind of the Creator. And before God made your body, He completed your destiny. You did not show up on this earth to experiment. You came to fulfill an assignment that only you can complete. You see, the tragedy of life is not death. The real tragedy is life without purpose. Many are alive but not living. They have breath in their lungs but no direction in their spirit. Why? Because they haven't discovered why they were born. Purpose is not something you decide. It is something you discover. You don't get to invent your assignment. You must seek the one who created you. Because only the manufacturer knows the reason for the product. And where purpose is unknown, abuse is inevitable. You will misuse your time, your talents, and your relationships if you don't know why they were given to you. That's why you need to understand that purpose is not optional. It is essential. Your purpose is the source of your vision. It is the foundation of your destiny. When you know why you were born, you stop wasting time, you stop chasing approval, you stop imitating others. Because purpose gives you clarity, identity, and focus. You were born with a purpose. You carry within you the seed of greatness. Your generation is waiting, not for your opinions, but for your obedience to purpose. There's a problem you were born to solve. A need you were sent to meet, a gift you were entrusted to release. The graveyard is full of potential that was never realized. Don't add your name to that list. Die empty. Fulfill your purpose. Complete your assignment. Because the greatest tragedy is to live full and die full. You were born with a purpose. It's time to discover it, develop it, and deliver it to your world. God never creates without purpose. This simple yet profound truth is the foundation of understanding your existence. Look at the world around you. The sun shines with precision. The moon reflects light to govern the night. Rivers flow with direction, and birds soar with instinct. Every element in creation functions according to design. Nothing is random. Nothing is without meaning. So, how could the pinnacle of creation be without purpose? Before anything is created, its purpose is already in the mind of the Creator. A chair is built to be sat on, a car is built to move people, and a microphone is built to amplify sound. The purpose always precedes the product. Likewise, before you were formed in your mother's womb, the Creator had already decided what problem you were born to solve. You were not born to simply exist. You were born to fulfill a divine intention, something unique that no one else on earth can accomplish in quite the same way. God is a God of intentionality. He does nothing without reason. When he created the heavens and the earth, he did it with strategy and order. When he designed the human body, every organ had a function. Every system had a job, and nothing was included just for decoration. So when it comes to your life, your personality, your gifts, your passions, even your pain, it all points to purpose. Nothing is wasted. Even your weaknesses are a clue to the kind of strength you were meant to develop. Even your failures can become stepping stones when aligned with your destiny. You must understand this truth. You are not a mistake, no matter the circumstances of your birth. You may not have been planned by your parents, but you were planned by God. People may have rejected you, but purpose never did. You may have grown up without answers, but the answer for your existence is not found in people. It is found in the mind of your Creator. When God designed you, he wrote eternity into your DNA. You are more than flesh and blood. You are a living solution wrapped in a human body. The tragedy is that so many people walk through life disconnected from their purpose. They chase success, approval, and status, thinking it will satisfy them. But success without purpose is just a polished form of failure. It looks good on the outside, but it leaves the soul empty. Real fulfillment comes when you align with the reason you were born. That's why purpose is not just important, it's vital. Purpose is the compass that gives direction to your life. It gives you the why behind the what. It turns every challenge into training, every gift into a tool, and every day into an opportunity. God didn't create you to blend in. He created you to stand out, to manifest something only you can manifest. You carry a piece of divine intention. You were born to bring heaven's answer to earth's problem. That's why you feel restless when you're not living in alignment with your calling. Your spirit knows when you're out of place. But when you step into purpose, everything changes, clarity comes, passion is ignited, and obstacles become stepping stones. God never creates without purpose. That means your life has meaning. Your existence is evidence that there is a problem on earth that demanded your arrival. Don't waste your life trying to be someone else. Don't let the noise of the world drown out the voice of purpose within you. You are here by divine design. The world needs what you carry. It's time to live like you were created on purpose, for a purpose. Purpose precedes creation. This truth is a divine principle that governs everything in existence. Before anything is made, its reason for being must already exist in the mind of its creator. No wise builder constructs a house without first having a blueprint. No skilled inventor assembles a product without understanding what it's supposed to do. In the same way, your life was not an afterthought. You were not created and then given purpose. You were given purpose and then created to fulfill it. Before your body came into being, your purpose already existed in the eternal mind of God. Your arrival on earth was not the beginning of your existence. It was the manifestation of a completed idea. God had a need, a solution, a calling that required someone with your exact gifts, personality, and spirit, so he created you. You're not a reaction to your environment. You're a response to a divine assignment. You didn't show up to find purpose. You were sent here because purpose already existed. This is why you cannot define yourself by your experiences, your background, or your circumstances. Those things are a part of your journey, but they are not the reason for your existence. Your purpose comes from the Creator, not from creation. Before the foundations of the world were laid, God had already imagined your life and saw it completed. He saw the impact you would make, the people you would influence, the legacy you would leave. You were born in time to begin a work that was already finished in eternity. When purpose precedes creation, it means that everything about you has significance. Your voice, your mind, your dreams, your abilities, they were all chosen to suit the mission you were designed to accomplish. You were packaged by purpose. Nothing is accidental. Even your flaws and weaknesses serve a role in shaping your journey. There is something inside of you that the world needs, and your birth was heaven's answer to that need. This truth also reveals the importance of seeking your purpose. If purpose comes before creation, then it must be discovered, not invented. You don't get to decide why you were born. You get to uncover it through connection with your Creator. That's why purpose can't be found in popularity, possessions, or positions. Those things may be the result of walking in purpose, but they are not the source of it. Purpose is spiritual. It comes from the one who made you, not from what surrounds you. When people live without purpose, they begin to create alternatives. They chase dreams that were never theirs. They follow paths that were never designed for them. And often they end up successful in the wrong thing, busy but unfulfilled. That's because when you operate outside of your original intent, you experience frustration. But when you rediscover why you were created, life takes on new meaning. Even pain becomes purposeful. Even struggle becomes preparation. Because everything begins to point back to the assignment you were born to complete. Purpose is the foundation of identity. It tells you who you are and why you matter. It gives meaning to your days and direction to your future. When you live with purpose, you stop competing and start becoming. You don't envy others, you celebrate them because you know your purpose is unique. You are not here to duplicate someone else's calling. You are here to fulfill your own. So remember this. Before you were formed, you were finished. Before you were born, your mission was established. You are not trying to become something. You are here to be what you already are in the mind of God. Purpose always precedes creation, and your existence is the proof that there is something important you were born to do. Your purpose is the key to fulfillment. Deep within every human being is a longing, a desire to know that their life matters, that their existence has value beyond just waking up, working, and going to sleep. That longing is not a flaw or a random emotional craving. It is a divine signal pointing you toward the reason you were born. Fulfillment is not found in the abundance of things, but in the alignment of your life with the purpose for which you were created. So many people live their lives chasing fulfillment through temporary means, money, titles, relationships, experiences, and status. While these things may bring moments of pleasure, they cannot satisfy the soul. Why? Because your soul was not designed to be fulfilled by things. It was designed to be fulfilled by purpose. Until you understand why you are here, nothing you achieve will ever feel complete. You can succeed by the world's standards and still feel empty inside. That emptiness is not failure. It's a sign that you're succeeding in the wrong thing. You were created with intention. Before your first breath, a specific assignment was attached to your life. That assignment, your purpose, is the original reason God sent you into the earth. You are not here to merely exist. You were sent to contribute, to solve a problem, to meet a need, to bring light into a dark place. And the more you align with that purpose, the more fulfilled you become. This is why some people can have little material wealth but live with joy and peace because they're living in purpose. At the same time, others can have wealth, fame, and influence but be tormented internally because they are disconnected from the very reason they exist. Purpose gives life meaning. It turns ordinary moments into divine assignments. It transforms work into worship. It gives value to your gifts and direction to your dreams. Purpose tells you not just what you can do, but what you must do. It compels you to act, to grow, to stretch beyond comfort and convenience. It becomes the internal compass that leads you away from distraction and into destiny. The truth is, you will never be fully alive until you begin to live with purpose. Existing is not enough. Breathing is not enough. You were made for more. That more is not about gaining more things. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. When you live according to your purpose, you start to wake up with clarity. You begin to make decisions that are rooted in vision. You stop asking, what should I do with my life? And start declaring, this is what I was born to do. And purpose doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone connected to you. Your fulfillment is not just personal, it's communal. When you walk in purpose, you bless others. Your gift serves your generation. Your calling answers someone's prayer. That's why living in purpose is not a luxury, it's a responsibility. You owe the world the version of you that is fully aligned with your destiny. No one else can live your purpose for you. No one else can replace the unique contribution you were designed to make. And until you step into that purpose, there will always be a part of you that feels out of place, because you are not fully operating as you were intended. Just like a fish can only thrive in water, you can only thrive in purpose. Anything else is survival, not fulfillment. So stop settling for less than what you were born for. The key to fulfillment is not found in chasing everything. It's found in discovering the one thing you were created to do and doing it with all your heart. When you live in purpose, you live fulfilled. Not perfect, not always easy, but complete. Because in purpose, your life finally makes sense. Purpose is discovered, not decided. This truth is vital to understanding your identity and your destiny. You do not choose your purpose like picking an item off a shelf. Purpose is not a career plan, a personal ambition, or a list of goals you write in a journal. Purpose is the original intent for your life, established long before you were born. It is something you uncover through alignment with the one who created you. Every invention has a reason behind it. The inventor doesn't ask the product, what would you like to do? The inventor builds it with a specific function in mind. The product doesn't decide its purpose, it's born with it. You are the same. You were created by design, with intention. Your purpose was encoded into you before your first breath. You didn't arrive on earth to figure out what you want to be. You arrived to become what you already are in the mind of your Creator. That's why discovering your purpose requires seeking, not inventing. It's a process of uncovering what was already placed inside you, your passions, your gifts, your personality traits, even your challenges. They all contain clues. Purpose is hidden like treasure, not because it's meant to be impossible to find, but because it's meant to be valued once found. You don't stumble into it by accident, you pursue it with intention. Many people spend their lives trying to decide what to do. They change careers, switch passions, mimic others, and chase trends, hoping to stumble upon something that finally feels right. But the issue isn't that they haven't worked hard. It's that they're trying to decide something that was never theirs to decide. You don't determine purpose by willpower. You discover it by revelation. You have to look inward with honesty and upward with humility. Only the Creator knows the reason for His creation. This is why no one else can give you your purpose. They may confirm it, encourage it, or recognize it, but they cannot define it. Only God, the manufacturer of your life, can reveal why He made you. That revelation doesn't usually come all at once. It unfolds step by step. As you walk in obedience, as you grow in character, as you serve with excellence, clarity increases. Purpose often begins as a whisper, not a shout. But the more you listen, the louder it becomes. And here's something powerful. Your purpose is not about impressing others, it's about impacting others. It's not always glamorous or grand by worldly standards, but it's always significant. Whether you're called to speak to nations or raise a family, write books or teach children, heal the sick or build businesses. Purpose gives your life divine weight. It's not what you do, but why you do it that gives your life meaning. When you try to decide your purpose apart from your Creator, you may succeed temporarily, but you'll feel out of place. You'll achieve things that don't satisfy. But when you discover your true purpose, everything begins to align. Decisions become clearer. Time becomes more valuable. Relationships become more purposeful. You stop drifting and start directing. Purpose discovery demands patience. It may not happen overnight, but every season of your life prepares you for it. Nothing is wasted. Even your delays and detours have value. The key is to stay connected to God and sensitive to His voice. In His presence, you receive clarity. In His word, you find direction. In obedience, you find fulfillment. You didn't come to earth to decide your purpose. You came to discover it and then live it with boldness. Because when you discover purpose, you unlock the reason for your existence. And once you know who you are and why you're here, no force on earth can stop you from becoming who you were born to be. Where purpose is unknown, abuse is inevitable. This is one of the most important truths you can understand about life, identity, and destiny. Everything that exists was created with a specific intention, and when that intention is not known, the thing is misused. It is impossible to use something correctly if you don't know why it exists. The same principle applies to your life. If you don't know the reason you were created, you will abuse your time, your talent, your relationships, and even your body. Abuse is not always violent, it's simply the misuse of a thing. If you use a knife to tighten a screw, you haven't committed a crime, but you have abused the knife. Why? Because that's not what it was made for. It might seem harmless, but using anything outside of its original intent leads to damage. Over time, it becomes ineffective, broken, and frustrated. The same happens with people. When you don't know your purpose, you live outside of your design. You make decisions that don't match your destiny. You settle for relationships that don't align with your calling. You chase goals that have nothing to do with your assignment. This is why purpose is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It is not something extra to figure out once life gets easier. It is the foundation of everything. Without it, you are vulnerable to distraction, comparison, and misuse. People who do not know their purpose will always try to imitate others. They look to culture, trends, or peers to define what success should look like. But you cannot live a meaningful life by copying someone else's journey. What works for them may destroy you if it's not part of your purpose. When purpose is unknown, we also misuse our emotions. Instead of using pain as a teacher, we let it become a prison. Instead of using love as a force for healing, we misdirect it into toxic places. Even success becomes dangerous when purpose is missing. Because when you succeed in something that you were never called to do, you become trapped by your own accomplishments. You are praised publicly while feeling lost privately. One of the greatest tragedies is to climb the ladder of success only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. That's what happens when you live without purpose. You pour energy, time, and passion into things that don't fulfill you. You get applause but feel empty. You gain recognition but lose yourself. But once you know your purpose, everything changes. You begin to see clearly. You start making decisions with confidence. You stop living to impress and start living to impact. Purpose gives you focus. It filters your choices. It tells you what to say yes to and what to walk away from. It protects your energy. It guards your heart. It shapes your vision. Purpose gives discipline a reason to exist. Without purpose, discipline feels like punishment. But with purpose, discipline becomes direction. When you understand your purpose, you stop abusing your life. You stop running with the wrong crowd. You stop wasting time. You stop living beneath your potential because you realize that you were made for something greater. You were created with intention. You are carrying a gift that someone in this world desperately needs. But if you don't know that, you might never release it. You might bury your treasure while searching for approval. You were not born to be abused by ignorance. You were born to walk in clarity, confidence, and conviction. Your life matters. But that meaning can only be fully realized when you understand why you exist. Because where purpose is unknown, abuse is inevitable. But where purpose is known, power is unlocked. Purpose is the foundation of vision and destiny. Without purpose, vision has no direction and destiny has no destination. Everything meaningful begins with purpose. It is the original intent behind your existence, the reason you were sent to earth. Purpose gives birth to vision, the ability to see beyond your present into your potential. And vision fuels destiny, the journey of becoming all that you were created to be. Purpose is not something you create, it is something you discover. It existed before you were born. God designed you with a specific assignment in mind, and everything about you was crafted to fulfill that assignment. Your gifts, your personality, your passions, even your pain, they all serve a role in pointing you toward your purpose. And once you become aware of that purpose, vision begins to form. Vision is purpose revealed. It is the clear mental picture of a preferred future, a glimpse of what is possible when you live aligned with your original design. Without purpose, you live aimlessly. You move in circles, chasing opportunities, but never gaining clarity. You may look busy, even successful by human standards, but deep down, there is a void, a sense that something is missing. That something is vision rooted in purpose. Vision gives your life focus. It tells you where to go and what to avoid. It filters your decisions and helps you distinguish between good and best. You stop reacting to life and start responding to destiny. Purpose is also the fuel that drives perseverance. Vision alone is not enough. Challenges will come. Without purpose anchoring you, you give up when the road gets hard. But when you know your purpose, you endure hardship with a sense of meaning. You realize that every setback is a setup, every obstacle a test, every delay a divine appointment. Purpose keeps you grounded when emotions rise. It keeps you moving when motivation fades. Destiny is not just an event in the future, it is the unfolding of purpose over time. It is the realization of the vision you carry. But destiny cannot manifest without the foundation of purpose. Many people have dreams but no direction. They desire greatness but lack grounding. That's because they skipped the first step, discovering why they exist. You can't walk in destiny until you know who you are and why you were born. When you build your life on purpose, you gain stability. You don't fall for every trend or get lost in every opportunity. You know what fits your calling and what doesn't. You stop comparing yourself to others because you understand that your lane is unique. You were not designed to compete. You were designed to complete a divine mission. Purpose brings structure to your vision. It turns vague ideas into actionable goals. It breaks down your future into steps of obedience. It transforms confusion into clarity. People who lack purpose often live in frustration because they have no compass. But when you know your purpose, you develop conviction. You stop being pulled by pressure and start being led by purpose. Purpose is not just for your benefit, it's for the benefit of others. Your vision should serve someone. Your destiny is tied to the transformation of lives. When you pursue purpose, you position yourself to impact others. You become a solution in someone else's storm, a light in someone else's darkness, a key to someone else's freedom. Purpose is the beginning of everything. It is the blueprint of your vision and the foundation of your destiny. Without it, life becomes a guessing game. With it, life becomes a journey of intentional impact. You were not born to wander, you were born to build. You were not born to survive, you were born to fulfill a vision. And it all starts with knowing your purpose.